In this video, we'll be discussing the Essential Commodities Act, which is the third bill. It is not a new act, but an amendment of an existing act. The Essential Commodities Act was established in 1955 to ensure government regulation of the production, supply, and distribution of the essential commodities to make them available to the consumer at a fair price. The list of items under the Act include drugs, fertilizer, pulses, edible oils, and petrol. The government can include new commodities as and when required and take them off the list once the situation improves. For example, the masks were added to the list at the beginning of the COVID pandemic and removed in July. Some companies may stockpile or hoard produce illegally in warehouses. This means supply is low in the market and creates artificial demand. Therefore, the price of the produce increases, so private companies sell the product at a higher price, meaning more profit. The government can intervene to prevent wholesalers, retailers, or even importers stockpiling beyond a certain quantity, so a product is available at the right price. Traders would have to immediately sell into the market any stocks held beyond the minimum quantity. This increases supply and brings down prices. As not all shopkeepers and traders comply, state agencies conduct raids. The excess stock is then auctioned or sold through fair price shops. So what are the new changes? The government has removed certain commodities such as cereals, pulses, potato, onion, and oils as essential commodities. So the government can regulate their supply and price only in the cases of war, famine, natural calamities, or high price rise. Why are the farmers protesting? The government only regulates stock of item based on rising prices, and then it will add them back to the essential list, but there are conditions. Non-perishable items are items that can be stored at room temperature for a number of months or years, such as pulses, oils, and cereals. The government will only intervene if there is a 50% increase in the retail price of these items. For example, if pulses cost 100 rupees for 1 kilogram, cost needs to increase to 151 rupees, then the government will move pulses to the essentials list to start regulating it. For perishables such as potato and onions, it needs to be a 100% increase in retail price before the government will step in. For example, if the potatoes are 50 rupees, then they need to increase to 151 rupees for the government to list it as an essential commodity and therefore regulate it. Also, there is no regulation of stock unless the price changes, meaning there is a high chance of hoarding. That's why prices of these household essentials may increase. Here's a quick summary of the Essential Commodities Act. The new Act will allow farmers to boost their income as items are not price regulated, so private firms would pay more for their produce. However, the new Act has no regulation of the household essentials, which have been removed from this list. Therefore, there is a high risk of hoarding. If the private companies hoard produce, they have less demand for the goods, which may mean less profit for the farmer and increased prices for the consumer if they perceive supply to be low. If you like this video, please like, comment and share, and make sure you subscribe.